Okay, so if you are a forgetful person like me, then there has to be a moment when you just don't remember anything at all of what you just read seconds ago. And in order to gain something from it, you had to reread the entire thing. Well, if you one of those person, then you, my friend, has learned this reading method. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How's it going, guys? And in this video, me and my friend are going to explain SQ3R. Okay, so SQ3R is a reading comprehension method popularized by Francis P. Robinson in 1936 from its book Effective Study. This method offers you, slow readers or fast readers, to be more efficient and effective in understanding your textbook materials or papers or book or whatever it is. So, without further ado, let's hear my friend Adam and Faye elucidating us of what of each step of this method is, or whatever. There you go.
Thank you to the moderator. Now I want to tell you about 5 stages in this strategy. The first is survey stage. This stage begins with the teacher asking students to pay attention to the title or subtitle, which is intended to find the problem of the chapter. When the teacher asks students to pay attention to the title of the written text, this is a very helpful first step and encourage students to examine briefly the entire structure of the text, and students can find out the length of the text, headings, subheadings, terms, and keywords. At this stage, students make certain parts that are considered important to be used as questions and facilitate the process of compiling a list of questions in the next step. And at this stage, students already know the general idea of reading the type of a recon with a word count of 2050 words that they will read. And the second is question stage. At this stage, the teacher gives instruction or example to the students to formulate clear, concise, and relevant questions to the part of text that have been marked in the first step. After that, the teacher will ask students to write 10 questions that are relevant to the reading text given. Because the teacher is guided that the number of questions depends on the length of the text and the student's ability to understand the text being studied. And at this stage, each student can make 10 questions in 20 minutes. The third is read stage. At this stage, the teacher asks students to read actively in order to find answers to the questions that have been arranged. The expression used by the teacher at this stage is, now read the text part by part, then find the answer to the question while reading. Remember what you asked? At this stage, all students read actively. In addition, they also read by focusing on paragraphs that are thought to contain answers that are relevant to the questions. They read very actively to find answers to the questions that have been met.
The fourth stage recite. At this stage, after completing all the readings that are the student assignment, the teacher tests the student memory for the answer to the question by asking students to repeat the question and provide answers. Students will not be able to open the answer sheet during this session. Even if the question cannot be answered, students will be asked to answer to next question. To do this, continue in this way until all questions, including unanswered questions, are completed successfully. And the last stage, review. At this stage, the teacher asks students to listen briefly to notes about important things and concludes the relationship with one another. The teacher must make sure the student understands the meaning of the keywords. Then, for each question and answer in the student notes, close the keywords, read the question, give answers. This repetition helps students to not quickly forget what they have just learned. After that, repeat the material periodically to avoid gradually forgetting.
Well, I will explain about benefit of the SQ3R method. There are several benefits that can be learned from using the SQ3R method. Mintowati explained the benefit of the SQ3R method as follows. A survey of the reading will give the reader the possibility to determine whether the reading is in accordance with his need or not. If the reading is neat, of course, the reader will continue reading activity. If not, the reader will look for other material that suit his need or desires. B. The SQ3R method gives reader the opportunity to be flexible. This means that the reading speed setting for each part of the reading material does not have to be the same. The reader will slow down the tempo of his reading if he finds things that are relatively new to him. On the other hand, the reader will increase the tempo of his reading speed if the passage of the reading have been recognized. C. The SQ3R method equips reader to learn systematically. Because the method we use is right, the result you get are longer or stored in our memory. D. The application of the SQ3R method in learning will result in a comprehensive understanding, not memory. Comprehensive understanding will last longer stored in the brain than simply remembering facts. And E. The SQ3R method can improve to achievement of learning outcomes effectively and efficiently when compared to learning without the method.
SQ3R is a useful technique for value absorbing written information. It helps students to get bundles of information from any text. By using this 5 easy-to-follow method, students can revise all the useful information and the text just in a few minutes. They can understand the text as fast as they can by using this method. And SQ3R method encourages students to use their imagination and abstract reasoning abilities during developing questions. One of the steps in this strategy is to create questions before we read. Why we have to do this? This is to ensure your reading becomes an activity search for answer instead of a passive activity. And this strategy also has its own weakness, as it has 5 methods to be followed. It will be time consuming. It takes a long period of time to finish just one topic. And by following the method, lots of time were being used just expecting the information that we want to get. For example, we have to create question, survey the text, and we have to read the text more than once. To have better understanding, this method has to be repeated twice or maybe more than that. Students will not have enough time to just focus on only one topic while they have a bundle of textbooks to read. Okay, I think that's all for me. Thank you for your nice attention.
Alright, there you go, fam. The reading comprehension method of SQ3R. Remember, this method can be implemented by literally everyone, even for the babies. No, I'm kidding. Okay, for the everyone, university students, high school students, teachers or lecturers, like every academicians, you can implement this method. So, there you have it. SQ3R from Team 7. I hope you like the presentation. Comment down below your opinion, and I'll see you in the next one. See you.